Tres by Mr. Kabanga from the Congo. All right, what are we doing today? So today you'll be working on. We're still not doing composite. We already did that. We're working on inverse. Sorry for the wrong title, people. Inverse, right? So with that saying, you're gonna start with the function given to you at the top. Function like an equation, right? And you need to come up with a table. So we're gonna go over here. You click, and then I need to write that equation. I think it was y equals. You can type y equals, and then the square root button is located. You have a little keyboard right here. You click on the keyboard, and here it is right here. You click on that, right? All right, so I believe, let me go back here. It's x plus 3 inside of the square root. Inside of the square root, you put x plus 3, and then you click the right arrow to get out of the square root. Then you put your plus 2. If I'm not mistaken, it was it's minus 2, Mr. Kabongo. Get it right. Get out of there. Minus 2. There you go. Now, where's my graph? You can zoom out. You can see your graph. All right, so I see my graph right there. But do I need the graph? Today, we're not going to be talking about the graph. Today, we're diving straight to table. So here's the table, right? So what I need, you press enter, you put 3, enter. All right, here we go. There goes the table right now, right? So now with this table, you're going to go to back to your Nearpod, or your paper is where you put your table. Are you ready? So you go back here, and then let's put these numbers in. So I believe the numbers were, we have for 0, it was some negative number, negative. I have it written down here, so I'm just going to write it down, 0.26. The next one for 1, it was 0. For 2, it was 0.23. For 3, it was 0.44. For 4, it was 0.64. All right. So now you kind of have the table for the function. This is just goes right here, right? Now let's go ahead and come up with the inverse. The inverse is I discussed first. You write it as y equals square root x plus 3 minus 2. The first thing you did is change the letters. I mentioned that it's like you're swapping the letters. Instead of y becomes x equals. All right, you still have your square root. Let me go ahead and put everything else. All right, so inside there, let's go ahead and put that number. I believe it was now you put the letter y. Let's switch. All right, so the next thing you're going to do, you take this right here, because we're solving for y. You take that, move that over there, boom, right? When it travels, the sign has to move. Like different countries, you have different times. Same thing. If it travels over to the other side of the equation sign, it changes. So it was minus, so we have a plus 2. All right. On this side, you still have the x plus 3 left. Don't forget the square root. Now, the next question is, how do I get rid of the square root? To get rid of the square root, all you have to do is square it. You square to get rid of the square root. Whatever you did on one side, you do it on the other side. This is all Algebra 1 stuff right here. By squaring it, you really got rid of the square root. So you have y plus 3 here, right? Equals. Now if you square that, what do you get? We need to make a table, so I need some room. Let me just use this room right here. So you're going to make a t-chart for the x. Now you're going to make a box for the x plus 2. That's x squared. That's 2x. That's 2x. That's 4. You can add these. So you have x squared plus 4x plus 4. All right, what do we do next? Last move. Last move is for you to subtract. We need to get rid of because y needs to be by itself. So minus 3 here, minus 3 here. Your final answer should look as follow. So your final answer is, where should I write it? It seems like I'm out of room here, So I don't know where to put this answer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to erase this part right here, because 4 minus, it was 4. So 4 minus 3 is 1. So plus the 1. That's it. That is number 1. All right, so now if they want the table, the inverse table, like I told you earlier, you just reverse. So you're going to start with the negative 0.26, and you put your 0 here. Reverse. Put the 0, 1. Reverse. 0.23, 2. Reverse. 0.44, 3. Reverse. 0.64, 4. That's it. You're just reversing it, right? That's what we call it inverse. Reverse, okay? All right, so let's move on to the next one. Here we go. So again, you start with the function that's given to you. Then you go to your calculator over here, your Desmos calculator. You're gonna put that in. So we need to put like, hey, clear. Put your y equals 5 divided by 11. Press the right arrow to put your x. What came after x? Plus 10. Plus 10. All right, you get your graph here, great, but we're not really going to talk about the graph right now. It'll be our next lesson. You click here. Here we go. Let's add some number 3, 4. All right, here goes my numbers right there. And I have my numbers already written down, so I can just copy it on the spreadsheet here on this computer. So that I go up until for 0, it was 10. For 1, I had 10 point something, 10.4. 5. I'm gonna put those, and then next one is 10.90. For 3, it was 11.36, and then for this one is 11.81. All right, so now what do we do next? What you're gonna do next is write the equation, which is the instead of writing f of x, you can write it as y equals, right? Because this is the same thing as y equals. Y equals is 5 over 11x plus 10. All right, so the first thing you're going to do, since you're looking for inverse equation, you would change the letter. This becomes a y, and you still have your 5 over 11x. Oh, not x. This time it becomes what? Y. And we're still operating with the plus 10. Now, we need to solve. So our next move is move the 10 to the right side. So it's going to travel, move it to the left side. If it was a positive, now it got to be a negative, right? So I have my x minus 10 equals, you still have your 5 over 11y. All right, so let me write that nicely, because now I'm like all over the place right here. So let's fix that. So we have, it's supposed to be on this side, I have x minus 10. Okay, great. Let's move this picture. There you go. We have more room to operate now. All right, so the next move is, all right, so I have a number right here that I need to get rid of. So to get rid of that, you can just say, you can multiply, we call it reciprocal, right? You can multiply that side by the reciprocal of that. That means the opposite, like you just flip it. Because the 11 can cancel with 11, the 5 can cancel with the 5. So really, you only have the y left here. So since you multiply by 11.5, you come over here, you multiply by 11 over 5. So really, you don't have to do too much. This is it, right? You can stop right here, or you can just write it like this. 11x minus 10, all of that over 5. You would know which one to pick, because we would give you answer choices, and you can just pick the answer choices. All right, so you have this. You can always go put this in Desmos. If you put this in Desmos, again, you can get the table if you wanted to. Or if you already had the table from the very beginning, right? If you had the table from the very beginning, all you have to do now is just write the opposite. Just reverse it. So 10 here, 0. 10.45, 1. 10.90, 2. 11.36, 3. And so on. You get the idea, right? So just give that a try, and you would do great. All right. Next practice is on you.